Hi everybody. Okay, so I'm back with another K-drama to see. Have you already seen it? And if not, is it something that you would check out? So before we get into this video, you already know the drill. Like this video, follow me for more, and share this with someone you know that would be into K-dramas and will potentially check it out. Okay, so let's get into it. The name of today's K-drama is called Are You Human Too? This story starts with a doctor named Aurora, and she's an extremely well established professional in brain science and in artificial intelligence. She's actually working on a new project that involves creating robots that are identical to humans, and she's trying to raise interest from the public for this. Now, one day, her then 7-year-old son, Namshin, is actually taken away from her, and her husband ultimately himself, unalives himself. What ends up happening is that her son, Namshin, is actually taken in by his grandfather because the grandfather needs someone to be the heir to his company. Our doctor, she's ultimately struggling, and she actively tries to stop her son from being taken from her, but she's unsuccessful. So, after being separated from her son and she's not allowed to see him again, she kind of goes into like despair. And her solution for it is, you know what? I'm working on creating robots. So I'm going to make one that looks like my son. And that's exactly what she does. And every year she tweaks the robot to imitate her son a little bit more and more. On the other hand, we have our main female lead. Her name is Kang So Bong, and she's actually like a girl with like she used to box, and due to an injury, she had to kind of like stop boxing. And so, granted that it took the one thing away from her that she really wanted to do in life, she kind of had to feel like she kind of felt like her life was taken away from her. So she's kind of just living like it is what it is kind of situation right now. After her injury and being unable to box, she figures she might as well find a way to make money, like to earn a way of living. And so she takes up becoming a bodyguard. Now, in being a bodyguard, she kind of gets hired to be the bodyguard for Namshin, who, now he's an adult in life. And someone kind of also offers to pay her to secretly take pictures of him as well. Now, he kind of catches her in the act and he slaps her. So he slaps her in the face, and this gets recorded and it goes viral. This has gone viral. Now she finds herself, kind of like hating him. So the original Namshin, he kind of grew up to be like an asshole, and everyone around him really doesn't like him as much because he treats everyone like garbage, and he only shows affection to like his assistant, because he's kind of a brother figure to him. One day, Namshin actually decides to escape or break free, and he flies to Czech Republic, which is where his mother was originally. And what happens is he ends up running into his robot. Upon seeing this robot, he is in a state of shock, and he ends up getting hit by a truck. And after he gets hit by, that K-drama truck of doom, or I guess in this case, the Czech Republic truck of doom, he falls into a coma. His mom and her friend David, they find themselves taking care of him, as they're planning to return home. On the other hand, Namshin 3, the robot, is preparing to take Shin's place in the company until he wakes up. When the robot gets to Korea, his first task, it seems, is to kind of get rid of or deal with Kang Sobang, because she still has the urge for revenge, after being publicly humiliated by the real Namshin. So now this robot who, looks identical to Namshin and has been tweaked to fit Namshin's lifestyle by his mom, is ultimately trying its best to not get found out as being a robot. But it looks like our main female lead, Kang Sobang, is starting to, kind of like detect that something is off with him. And you really just have to watch the show to find out, does she uncover that he's a robot? Does she reveal to anyone that he's a robot if she does find out? Does his grandfather find out? Does anybody around him find out that this is not the real him? Typically in these kind of K-dramas, there's always someone plotting to take over a company. So now with the company in place, do they try to use this robot to manipulate the situation? Definitely let me know if this is a K-drama that you've already seen before. And if you haven't, definitely let me know in the comments if this is something that you would check out. But as always, thank you so much for watching. K, thanks. Bye.